They were even able to give a lift to a few Zulus travelling to the reenactment from Dundee. Both sides, it seems, found that a song helped to overcome those last-minute pre-battle nerves. Chief Mazibuko, whose people have settled the Isandlwana area, greeted the assembling armies with a war song which harkened back to the day of the battle.
I said first impressions are quite fearful.
I know it's a little
This was to be the first meeting between the two sides who were about to step back in time. Historical battle reenactment is in its infancy in South Africa. This was to be the first event of its type. The warriors were called out by members of the Zulu royal house and assembled by chiefs in the rural community who still follow traditional Zulu ways. The Zulu Impi of 1999 was not so much a recreation of the past as an authentic survival of it. Interest in the coming event was high, and the battle would be refought in front of the present Zulu king and representatives of the South African and British armies.
A little bit hot in this. I think you're in better kit than we are. Yeah. Hello.
Safety was of paramount importance. Both sides would be using real weapons, and the diehards would be firing blank cartridges.
No bullet. Blank. But it's loud and makes a lot of smoke. It's not dangerous. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No danger to it. But there might be a bit of burning powder if you get too close. And burning powder on skin, no good. Okay. Yep. As yesterday, when present down. Yes.
But if the diehards, like Lord Chelmsford before them, had expected to overawe the Zulu Impi with a demonstration of their firepower, they were to be sadly disappointed. The Zulu commander's response was to organise an impromptu demonstration of his own.
Actually, I managed, when we started describing the movements, because you're very descriptive
The mock Zulu attack was the first hint for the history enthusiasts of what the reality of combat in 1879 might have been like. Almost like being there indeed. The Zulu horns rushed out to surround the scattered 24th companies, and the redcoats fell under a welter of spear thrusts. Following traditional practice, the victorious Zulus stabbed the ground close to the fallen diehards, representing the way their historical counterparts had washed their spears in the bodies of the 24th. This time, fortunately, the only dead and wounded were play acting. The day of the big event. Hundreds of Zulus in traditional costume arrived to greet their king. In all, over 5,000 spectators would assemble to watch the event, which also took place in the full glare of international publicity. The vanquished redcoats rose to salute King Goodwill. The day was left to the Zulus to remember their glory and their tragedy.
Yebo siyathanda impela sijabule kakhulu futhi ngoba noba sibehlezi nabo bonke insizwe besibambisene nazo.
A sad cluster of graves outside the town marks the spot where many still lie. The true price of imperial adventures.
Zulu